everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is a very exciting video. I got another Stitch Fix haul. So I actually got this one pretty early. So this one wasn't supposed to come until like the beginning of November, which I got my October one near like the middle part of October. This one was supposed to come at the beginning of November, and it's actually like the very end of October. So that was really confusing, but hopefully that made sense. So this one actually came a little earlier, and not long after I got my October one, and I'm not complaining. I did want to go ahead and mention though that I did go ahead and switch it to every 3 months. So it was come every month, and I decided to go ahead and switch it to every 3 months. So that's one thing you can do whenever you sign up for Stitch Fix, and you can change it obviously at any time. You can get it, I think, every like 2 weeks, every month, every other month, and then every 3 months. So I went ahead and did the every 3 months because I feel like I've just been getting them nonstop and I have so much going on. It's kind of hard to sit down and film these, even though I love them. So I did already get my Stitch Fix box in, and I was actually kind of shocked that I already got it in because, you know, obviously it was like super close to, you know, whenever I got my October one. So I was a little confused by that. So I actually went ahead and opened it because I was curious as to what it was. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and continue opening it for you guys. So obviously I have the pre-packaged like container thing. And then in here, and I decided, I think I'm gonna go over all of this stuff at the end, so that way I can actually go over and explain it to you guys, because I feel like in my last two, I didn't get a chance to really do that. So I really wanted to go ahead and wait until the end to explain these to you guys, and kind of really go into detail on them. But the other thing we got is obviously the actual clothes. So here's the little sticker and the container that they all came in. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, on the top is this. So it's very like pink. Not very pink, it's a very like light pink, and it's super pretty. I love that color pink. It feels very soft. I absolutely love the feeling of this. And let's go ahead and open this. So this looks like it's a little hoodie. It does have gray and white stripes on the bottom, and it does feel like a very thin hoodie. You may even be able to, like, I can see through it. I don't know if you guys can, but I can actually see through it. But it feels very soft, and it's not very soft on the inside though. I think it's just on the outside. It does have these little strings, and it's like a little V-neck type hoodie. So I kind of like that, so that way it's not as like tight. It's something just like loose and light to put on top of something. It's kind of good for like this time of year where it's not really cold outside, but it's kind of chilly. I think I'll really like that. And then obviously it has the pocket in the front. So here's kind of what it's looking like. I really do like this. It'll all depend on the prices, which I will go over the prices and everything for you at the end of this video. I also realize I haven't been doing that, so I will definitely make sure to do that in this video. So just keep watching if you want to see the prices. But here is the first item. All right, you guys, so here is the first piece, and please ignore how I'm wearing this sweater underneath it. It's just what I had on. I'm also wearing sweatpants, so please ignore that too. But I did want to go ahead and show you guys. So here is the first piece. It's the hoodie. It is very, very thin. I've definitely realized that, but it does feel really good. It does feel really soft and everything. I'm not a huge fan of the stripes on the sleeves, but that's just my preference. But otherwise, I think this is super cute, super comfy. Love the like little details and stuff too. And then obviously it does have a hood on the back, which may be messed up, I'm not really sure, but it does have that like little hood on the back. It kind of goes down and up, like around, does that make sense? All the way around. So that's also just something else I've noticed. But here is the first piece. All right, you guys, so the second item looks like this. So it's kind of like a gray, almost green color, but it looks like pretty dark gray, almost charcoal. It kind of feels like sportswear, like activewear type clothing. You know how that feels? That's what this feels like. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, so this has a little pocket right here. It's very simple. and cute. It does look very wide though, which is very interesting to me. Like, I don't know why it is so wide. Maybe it'll look a little better once I actually put it on, but it just looks very wide to me. Can you guys tell how like wide it is? It's interesting. But it is, I love the fabric because it is that like soft, you know, what do you call that? Like it is that like soft sportsy fabric feel. Whereas kind of like the like, you know, sweat fabric, that sounds really gross, but you know what I mean. So that's kind of what this is looking like. I'm not a huge fan of like the color. Like, I love gray, but it almost has green to it. And maybe it's just like this lighting or something, but I feel like it looks almost green in a way. And I'm not a huge fan of green, but I really like the color other than that little bit of green in it. I do really like the feeling of it. I do like the style. I think that it just looks really wide. Maybe that's just right now, and once I try it on, it won't look that wide, but it just really looks wide to me. So anyways, let's go ahead and look at the next one. All right, you guys, so here is the next piece. This is the kind of like sportsy kind of wear fabric and everything. This definitely feels a little big for me. It's not as wide as I expected, but it still is pretty wide. And then on top of that, like it feels very weird as far as like fit goes. I don't really like that. And like, for example, the pocket's like way down here, and you know, I'm not very blessed up top, so that is, you know, that may just be because of that, but it just feels a little weird that it's like way down here. But anyways, this otherwise, other than fit, it feels really good. The color isn't that bad. I'm okay with it, but anyways, that is kind of what this one looks like. All right, so here's the next one. It feels like a blouse, which I get like one of these in every one of my fixes. So this is what it looks like. Okay, that's pretty cute. Again, not a huge fan of like yellows and stuff, but I'm not mad about it. And it looks like it has, again, those like tight ends on the sleeves, and it has like a cute like little bow at the end, if you can kind of see that, which I think is really cute. It does have one of those like half zipper things in the back where it's like just a small zipper that goes down. In the back, it looks like it also is a high-low shirt, so it's high in the front and then it goes like lower in the back. And it does look very like loose, if that makes sense. It looks very much like a blouse. I think it's really pretty though. So I'm excited to try this one on. It does have a flower pattern on it. I really struggled saying that. It does have a flower pattern on it, which I think is really pretty. The white, I'm not a huge fan of either, because white can be super see-through, especially with, you know, blouses and things like this, you know, this like thin fabric. So I probably will have to wear like a tank top or something underneath it, which isn't sorry about that, my camera cut me off, but I don't know where I left off at, but this fabric is kind of like a sheer see-through kind of fabric, just because it is white and it's like thin because it's a blouse, which I would prefer, you know, not to have to wear a tank top under something if I don't have to, but this one I probably would. Anyways, let's move on to the next item. All right, you guys, so if you guys have watched some of my previous videos, you know how I've been very uncomfortable about like the V-necks because they come really low, and it's always on the blouses because, you know, it's that like thin fabric and it just moves around wherever it wants to go kind of thing. I am so happy with this one because it does not do that. It's actually up here, and I appreciate that so much. That is totally personal preference, so if you guys like the V-necks, then that's you, but I did mention to my stylist that I did not like that, and they did actually fix that, so I'm so thankful for that because it makes me feel so much more comfortable and it makes it so much more likely for me to buy it. So anyways, with that being said, I absolutely love that, but the rest of it, here's kind of what it looks like in the back. And in the front, it fits really well. It is pretty like loose, and I like that. I'm not wearing a tank top underneath it right now. I'm sure you can tell because of the like line and everything, but it does feel, you know, very like nice and airy, and I really appreciate that. I really do love the sleeves. I think that they're so cute. I love the like little detailing right here. But yeah, that's kind of what this one is looking like. All right, so this is what the next item looks like. It looks like it's going to be a pair of leggings. They look just black. They almost feel cottony though, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let's go ahead and put those all the way down. Awesome. Okay, so here is kind of what they look like, just so you guys can get a look at them. I think the coloring is pretty cute because of course I like pink, and then there's like a gray striped kind of accent on the side, and then the rest is black. It doesn't look like there's any pockets or anything in here, which I'm not a huge fan of, and it feels like there's just one of those like waistbands, like they're about like this thick, on the inside right here, and that's pretty much it. And then it feels very like cottony. Maybe there's a little bit of that, like, yeah, see it says 90% cotton, 10% spandex. So I think that, yeah, that's kind of how it feels, mostly cotton. So I'm not a huge fan of that, because if I'm wearing leggings like this, I normally don't like them to be cotton. I would prefer them to be, you know, what kind of material, that active material. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but they look pretty cute. It looks like they are like the quarter, like 3/4 length, as far as the length goes, but we'll try them on. And just so you guys know, I did recently order something from Fabletics, so, and that is my very first order, so I am planning on filming that to see kind of, you know, where that goes. So if you guys are interested in this like activewear Fabletics, kind of curious as to what that is and everything, make sure you go watch that video. That one may be coming up after this one. I may upload it before if I can get it up in time. But make sure to go check out that video, because that will be going over everything, you know, from Fabletics, which obviously is activewear. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Alright you guys, so here is the next one. These are the leggings. I'm actually, so you know I was kind of iffy about it before, I'm actually really happy about these. These feel really nice, and they don't feel like super tight like the athletic ones are, which I actually don't mind, but they are still like nice and tight to my legs, if that makes sense. They don't go all the way down to the ankles. There's like a little bit of a gap, but I kind of like that. I kind of prefer that over all the way down to the ankles, but it's also nice once it gets like cooler to where it's like not like way up here on your leg. So I actually really do like these. Let me know what you guys think, but I think that they're like really cute, and it's hard for me to find pants that actually like fit me the correct way, so I'm actually very happy about this. And I may actually end up keeping them because I really love the way they feel. But anyways, I wanted to go ahead and show these to you, and that's kind of what these look like. Okay, so this is the next item, and it's the last item. So this looks very purple, so you can kind of see the coloring there. It looks very holy. But if we go ahead and open it up, this is kind of what it is looking like. So there are tons of like holes in this one, like the design is just a bunch of holes. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not going to be very warm or anything. But it is long sleeve, and then it goes down a little further. And it does still have that like V slit on the sides of it. It's pretty cute. I'm not sure what I'm gonna keep and what I'm not going to keep. I'm gonna try everything on for you guys, but this is what this one looks like. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with my fix this time. But I will try everything on and talk to you guys about prices and all those extra little papers that you get in with your box. Alright you guys, gotta love how I always look at the end of these videos because I always have a cardigan. But here's kind of what this looks like. Obviously this is not meant to be with a sweater. Like I put the sweater back on and it was like really difficult to get this on. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. This one is not meant for that. But and like the other ones, I've had some other cardigans come in. If you haven't watched those videos, definitely go check those out. But my other cardigans that came in, they were a lot looser than this. So I can get all kind of depends on the piece too. But this is kind of what this looks like. This is definitely one of those like petite type cardigans, which I mean, I'm not like mad about it. It does go pretty low. It goes probably a little over like halfway down my like thigh, pretty close to my knee, honestly. It's past my fingertips. So that's kind of what this one looks like. Here's the back, if you guys want to see that. Again, I'm wearing a sweater with it, so it's pretty tight on right now. And I also kind of noticed that with this one, and you could probably also see that, how it doesn't go as far as I would like it. Some people like it like right to their wrists, but I like mine to be a little longer. That's just personal preference, because I have like really long arms and long legs, so that's just something that's probably just my body type and shape and everything. But that's kind of like really the only thing to keep in mind with this one, is it kind of fits a little tighter, and it's not as long as I would like it to be as far as like the length of the arms and stuff goes. But otherwise I think this is pretty cute. It definitely feels very like dainty. But anyways, here is the last piece. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over all of the papers and everything with you guys. So normally there's a couple things that come in a little envelope, and I think it's these two items. So these are the two items that you want to keep a lookout for. So this Oh Hello one, if you open it up, there is a message from your actual stylist, kind of talking about everything, you know, and all of that information. And then the rest of them, so you see there are 5 little spots. I'm sorry, this is all bent. So these 5 little spots, and they are each with your outfit, or you know, your pieces of clothing that you got. So for example, on this top one, it is this purple cardigan. That's what the top one is, and it shows you 2 different outfits that you can wear it with, if that makes sense. So you can see that's a good outfit, and then there's another outfit for you to kind of like look at. And then it also has it for like the blouse, it has it for the active wear shirt. There's the leggings, and then there's also the little sweater, like the hoodie type thing. So there's kind of what each outfit like looks like, so you guys can get a little glimpse of what that is. These, I don't normally really look at this, just because obviously you're not going to have all of those other pieces of clothing. So I mean, it's nice to kind of take a quick look at them and see kind of how they styled it, but my personal preference is to just go into my closet and do it that way. But then this is probably the most important sheet, and it is the things for letting us style you. So if I go ahead and open that up, it has the prices of everything. So on here, you can go ahead and take a look at it. It does have the prices. So I'm gonna go through each item. So we have the Luxe Performance Tee. So I believe this is the Luxe Performance Tee. This like gray one that has the little pocket in the front. The other way you can kind of look and make sure you are getting each price correct is to look at the tag. It will say what it is. So this is like Luxe Performance Tee. It also says it right here, Luxe Performance Tee. And then if you look at the sheet, it will also have Luxe Performance Tee, and it also says the brand name as well, so that way you can know exactly which piece is what. It also has the color, the size, and then the cost of it. So this one is $48 for this little shirt. You can see it right here, the like activewear shirt. You can see it one more time. That one is $48. All right, the next piece is this one, and these pants, you know, these, I don't know what you call them, leggings, my brain froze. These are $35. This cardigan that is like that purpley color, it says it's burgundy, and it is $46. This blouse that it says it is beige, and it says it is a tie sleeve blouse, and it is $44. And then this last one, that is probably my favorite, and it is the hoodie, and it says it's off-white. I think it's more of a pink color. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, but I would say it's more of a pink color. It is $38. All right, so if we look at everything, the subtotal would be $211 for everything. And that's, you know, the exact cost of it. Now, no matter what you decide to purchase, there is a styling fee whenever you first order your box and everything. There's a styling fee and it's $20. And then once you receive it and receive this, you can use $20 on whatever piece you want to get. So if you want to just get this one piece, you can do that and just subtract $20 from that, and that will be the total. So for example, if you want to get these two pieces, just subtract the $20, and again, that would be the total. So that's kind of nice that you pay for the box, but at the same time, if you buy something, you can use that towards whatever you decide to buy. So that is something to keep in mind. So if we were to do the $211 minus the $20, plus if you bought everything, so again, there's those 5 pieces that equaled the $211, they do give you a 25% off discount. So it actually takes off $52.75 for all of these pieces. So if I were to buy everything, obviously the shipping is free because you bought, you used the $20 to get it. So for everything, it would actually be only $138. So it brought it from the $211 to $138. Hopefully that made sense on what I did, but everything is $211, and then there's the buy it all discount that is 25% off. Then there is the styling fee purchase, which was the $20 that I went ahead and took off. And then the shipping obviously is free. So the order total would be the $138.25 if you were to keep everything. Now, if you don't, again, just take off the $20 off of whatever the price is for that exact piece. That's how it's all kind of broken down. So you can kind of see here. I'm trying to get it nice and close for you guys, but it's all broken down right here for you. So that makes it easy, and I really like that. So once you've gotten your fix and you kind of decided, I think you have a couple days to kind of decide, or a week or something, somewhere around there, you go onto your app, or you can go just onto, the internet, and go to Stitch Fix, log in, and we'll have your style, this actual order there. You go in and say how they fit you, what didn't fit right, and what areas. So it talks about, for example, if you were to look at arms, it talks about like the upper arm, it talks about like the length, it talks about the length of the sleeves, it talks about, the waist, it talks about everything. So just go ahead and put in exactly how it fit, if it fit well, if it didn't, and then you also decide if you want to keep it or if you want to send it back. So those are the options. And then again, if you need to send it back, they already gave you this prepackaged thing. So you go ahead and just slip it in there and then slip it into the mailbox, and you can send it right back. So that is perfect, I think. Super nice. You don't have to really worry about it because I do not like returning anything, but this is super easy. And then once you kind of filled all of that out, you can go ahead and tell your stylist what you like, didn't like, what you would like in the next one. And you can also request for another fix if, there's something coming up and you're like, I really need a dress skirt or something because, I have a business thing to go to. Then they can definitely send that to you and get you one a lot sooner than what your next fix is. Hopefully that makes sense. And then you can also decide if you like this stylist and if you want to stay with this stylist, or if you want to go to a different one, or if it doesn't matter to you. Normally I pick that it doesn't matter to me, but that's totally up to you too. So if there's one fix that you really love and you really want to keep that stylist, then you can do so. So that's really nice. And I think that's pretty much everything. I just want to thank you guys again so much for watching this video. If you guys like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. That would really help me out. And go ahead and comment down below what your favorite piece was, and if you're excited about watching the Fabletics video, please go check that out too, because I'm very excited about that. And excited to kind of share with you guys what exactly happened. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.